Work, 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 work. I gotta do my work, 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 work. And I do like my work, 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 work. Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to this video. I'm glad you're here. You might or might not know, but I have a webtoon, and I haven't been working on this in a hot minute. I mean, the last update was maybe a month ago. It's not such a while, but it is kinda a while. And I have nothing to say in my defense. I just didn't feel like working on my webtoon. And I want this project to be a child of love, not a child of hatred. So I told myself, okay, I take as much time as I need, and I will come back to it as soon as I feel resourceful enough to make a good job on it. I also remembered that when I made videos on making webtoon, I was extremely motivated to work on webtoon. So I thought maybe it would be a good idea to make a video how I work on my webtoon, so it will keep me motivated, and maybe you might enjoy this time with me as well. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm working on the episode 8. I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes and then gonna make a break. Let's go. First session is done, now let's take a break. So while I'm taking a break, let's chat a little bit. I watched Kpop Demon Hunters. Yes, of course. I watched this movie 4 times in the first week when it aired alone, okay? This is exactly the aesthetic that I like. Not only it's just some cool fantasy movie, it's also K-pop related, and I like K-pop. I like 2 genres of movies, books, whatever. One is a fantasy, like with dragons, warlocks, fairies, elves, and so on. An example of this would be Frieren. If you haven't watched this, watch it. I highly recommend it. And I also like city or urban fantasy. And Kpop Demon Hunters is exactly this. I like the story, I like the characters, the design, the music. Like, almost all of the songs from the movie are now in my playlist. I also made a couple of fan arts. Here they are. Fun fact, at first I didn't really like Rumi because I thought she would be another Mary Sue trying to save everyone and the world, but you know what? I was wrong. Rumi is actually such a strong character. I don't want to spoil her too much, but at some point she admits that she might have failed and she's ready to surrender. And then she doesn't wait for anyone to save her. She saves herself first and then also everyone else. Also, I did almost cry. I rarely cry when I watch something, and when I cried or almost cried, it wasn't in the moment you think it might be, but you know, when they started singing in the end and showed up for each other, you could feel this unity, like you are not alone to fight your demons. And I don't know, this idea that you have support around you made me personally to tear up, I guess. Because I'm also this kind of a person that if I'm going through something, I wouldn't tell anyone, almost anyone. So yeah, it resonated with me a lot. Also, if you think that, oh, it's just a K-pop movie. Now, I don't think that K-pop is the main thing there. K-pop is just, you know, a packaging. But the content of the movie is way more deeper. It has so many topics to explore, and I think everyone would find something to resonate with them. So I do highly recommend this movie. As I said, it has beautiful designs, interesting story, silly characters, beautiful music. It's so vibrant, so saturated, so visually pleasing and aesthetical. It's not only an entertainment for your eyes, but also for your ears, for your soul, for your mind. The thing I really liked, it's the facial expressions of characters, because I like facial expressions in general. I like how emotions get expressed through mimics and gestic. So the way how characters were portrayed it was so enhanced. And I don't know, for me, as an artist, it was really interesting to look at. I feel like it was a bit chaotic, but you get my point. It's a great movie, so go watch it if you haven't watched it. But if you have already, share your thoughts. I really want to talk to someone about this movie because it's so great. And now let's get back to work. Also check out what for an awesome tablet stand that I have. It's a bit squeaky, yeah, but it's okay. It also has several heights, so I can place my tablet more vertically or more horizontally. It's super convenient, it's super light, super intuitive to use, so nice. You know, once I picked up working on the webtoon again, I felt a bit rusty, but with the time I got back on track. And you know what? Although I'm drawing all the same characters over and over again, I still feel such a huge improvement in my art skills overall. Like when I work on a full-rendered painting, for example, it's so much easier to lay down a sketch and my brush strokes are way more confident than usual. Also, I feel like it's easier for me to draw various poses just from imagination. So you know what? I'd say working on a webtoon is a bit of a cheat code. So if you want to improve your art skills in an unusual way, work on a webtoon. You don't have to post it, just maybe for fun, for yourself. It also doesn't have to have, I don't know, thousands episodes. My webtoon is going to have maybe 12 episodes total. And my episodes are also not too long. And right now I'm on the episode 8. I think I already said it. So we are getting towards the end. One of my goals while working on the webtoon was to find out a certain style for this webtoon. I knew that the style would change from time to time and I was fine with it. But I really hope that towards the end of the comics, I would have a really defined and established style for this project. And I think I'm getting there. It's really nice to notice. Okay, enough talking. Let's get back to work. I made a full page today. I am a beast. I am a legend. I am so proud of myself. Woo! Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for watching. Great and enjoy. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.